Hello and good evening. My name is John. We're playing The Sacred Memory, all caps, as part of my Steam cleaning series. With every game in Steam library, eventually, and arbitrarily rate and overview them to be able to playtime. I don't quite know what this game is, but the game's out at random. It's released in October 2025 by Visual Floss and Imaikia Q0. You open your eyes and realize that you can't see anything. Complete absence of sound frightens you even more. Overslept, didn't make it. Those are the thoughts that flash through your mind for some reason. You want to cry, but your eyes can't shed a single tear. What? What's happening to me? Suddenly, instead of your own thoughts, a chorus of voices break into your mind. You still can't hear anything, but those voices are coming from inside your skull. It's the deceased angels speaking to you. A new baptism, a new name to bear, a new name in sacred memory of God. They said the title. Cherish the sacred memory of our deceased God. The sacred memory. You suspect you've lived for a number of years and you remember many different names. You met diff- You've met different people besides names. They had surnames and also nicknames and usernames. Cool. But my name was what? My name was, you really forgot it. How could this be? It's all right. You can choose any name now. Since God is gone, the baptism is merely mortality. Surname is, uh, Clep- Clever Girl. Access to control tool granted. Your password is Pexdent I9 Twimf NeuroSense Connect Configuration Manual Mode. They better not ask me that password later. I'm not going to remember that. Image received. Sound received. Okay, this is our game setup. Look up, Master Chief. You feel that everything has fallen into place at the same time. This place inspires anxiety somehow. You were so scared without sight and hearing, but for some reason, you want to escape and return there. To rid yourself of thoughts again and respond to the chorus of voices. But now you have the control tool. Oh, it's like a little diegetic menu there with our six shooter. Or invoker, if you will. You need to understand what to do next. The texturing on the arrow keys, I don't know if you see it doesn't match, the colors are off. You hear a whisper, it's the same mysterious voices, but now they're not there. They're somewhere very, very far away. Qualia extracted, configuration complete. Now fulfill the last will of our sacred god. Use your insignia. Invade the memories of the one who detached from Earth. Qualia what? What is this? What am I supposed to do with all this? Oh, we got some characters already. Welcome, Steam Cleaning. Two girls are here before you. It seems they were also baptized by the gatekeepers who met you. How do I know that? They look like Bratz dolls? Am I looking at that right? Otherwise, how would you know the names immediately appeared in your head? The one who addressed you calls herself Sanai. And the standing part is the one who chooses the name Kande. So nonchalant. I heard that God's dead, and that's why we ended up here? But what can we do now without God? You asked the first thing that came to mind, hoping that one of them knew the answer. Kande responded, We're here for a different reason. The one who detached from Earth has died. His name is Mira Kagami, and right now we're inside his qualia. Is that hygienic? Honestly, I barely understood what that even is. You nodded and immediately shifted your gaze to Sana. Putting together what you heard there with the red-haired girl, with what the red girl said, okay, you can still understand what was required of you. It turns out each of you received only a fragment of the necessary knowledge. Mira Kagami, after God's death, he was supposed to create a new world, but instead he lived the same life many times over. He was not mortal like humans and spent thousands of years on this. But for some reason now he's dead. His body didn't disappear with the world, it is imperishable. The deceased angels were able to extract all the Kagami's memories so that we could observe events through his eyes. These memories, sacred memories, this is Qualia. Mira Kagami, perhaps you had heard something about him that was in a past life. The baptism stole your final scraps of memory, because now you're inside a landscape shaped by someone else's memories. In the qualia of a dead man. So, alright. I think I'm starting to understand. We're in the memories of an immortal person, and we need to figure out why he's dead after all. Kanye looked at me thoughtfully. The deceased angels entrusted me with the direction tool. I didn't receive instructions on what can be done with it. Presumably you've been granted other insignias of God. If so, we should join together and use them. I received the suppression tool. They called it that, but it only sounds threatening. I have no idea what's going on inside you, but it's as if there was an invisible band on my head? It's as if there's an invisible band on my head, or a wreath? Okay. You mean your hat? Sonia tied a room for Barrette to feel what she was describing. Strangely enough, the girl couldn't do it. For some reason, I laughed, and my new acquaintances started making my building. I see a rotating sphere, but I can't touch it either. Control tool. What is it supposed to control? Crown, orb, and I have a scepter. They were divided among us so that no one would receive all the insignias at once. So none of us could escape from here. But if we use them together, we'll be able to move through the qualia space. And if we find what we're sent for, Mirakami will probably be resurrected. And us? What will happen to us? An awkward silence hung in the air. The deceased angels didn't tell anyone, and you could only guess what might happen. You're no longer human, you're a tool that must complete its mission. Whatever happens after doesn't matter. I was told to invade his memory. Do you know how to do that? No, but we need to try. What if we divide responsibilities based on the names of our tools? If I understand everything correctly, I should guide you through the qualia space. Steam clean, and then your task is to view the memories and mark key events. Once again, unable to touch the sphere, you call it mentally without saying a word aloud. When it spins, you realize the sphere consists of many sections. Oh. That's how you find the grids are saving and loading. Okay. Beep. Apparently, Crucial Fragment's memory should be placed right there. I think I figured it out. The ally smiled. In that case, I'll watch over the body. The fact that Mirakami died in reality doesn't mean he's dead in his own qualia. Ah, so that's what suppression is for. But if we're in his qualia, why isn't he among us? And his corpse? Is that Mira himself or his own image in his head? He admitted to everyone that you were completely confused, even though everything seemed to be starting to make sense. I think it's like an afterimage, a collection of his most intense experiences and ideas he was devoted to. The deceased angels call it Animu. It's not anime, it's Animu. Angels themselves are probably something similar. Mirakami's body is everything that surrounds us. These stones and these gates, the city spread out at the foot. Everything around us is him. But I feel like I'm being indoctrinated. The only real thing out of all this is the qualia. If our guesses are correct, there's very little time. We need to bring him back to life as soon as possible, so that Mirakami can create a new reality, so he can become its god. I can't read that. Okay, so the intro movie does not have a language. Time paint. The Sacred Memory, TSM. Can I skip this? I can't. Oh, I pushed the button again. All right, we gotta wait for this foreign language credits. I mean, it's on me. I should learn more languages, but if you're selling an English game, you might want to consider. Wait, was that? What? That's it. You were still in your mother's womb when the world I knew was destroyed in an instant. We respected nothing. Life went on as usual, a bit not without bad news. Until a huge structure, an ally... What did we just play? An allied menace unknown to science appeared in the atmosphere and blocked out the sun. No one could imagine this planet was threatened by something so deadly. Economic crisis, disease pandemics, terrorist attacks across the world. Back then, for some reason, it seemed Syria until we had nothing to compare it to. You know about the mandate of heaven from your school history course. I saw it in person. A blazing meteorite struck one of the districts in the Communist Republic. You won't find it on the map now. Now we call these ruins the Eastern Alliance. 4 minutes. Just 4 minutes to try to save yourself. A sudden, terrible, inevitable end of all humanity as it seemed then. Those dying in agony amid the all-consuming hell and division envied those who were at the entry center in Paris without having the time to realize anything. Days, weeks, months, years, you survived. You grew up in this new cursed world, not noticing the horror that surrounded you. You were lucky. The extinction of a fifth of humanity at a time of hardship and disease did not unite the world. Revolutions flared up, wars were declared, you grew older and began to understand what awaited you. Some were finishing off what they had miraculously remained unharmed. Against all odds, at the same time, someone rebuilt the cities. People were united by one thing, fear of the universe full of evil. Now you've grown completely. It seems we recovered. In the middle of the ocean, a lot has happened that doesn't seem to matter, it's just background filler. The bottom of which were buried hundreds of millions of human bodies, a memorial was built. A symbol of victory over fate, a banner of hope for rebirth. But something went wrong. The city made of tombstones feels as though it is haunted. Yeah. The dead rise, reopening old wounds, threatening all those coming here today. I know who you are. I know what you're capable of. Your name is Mira Kagami. Wait. What? Wasn't that the name of the dead god we were inside of? And you're You're 20 years old and you're an Esper, empowered with a paranormal gift. Use it wisely and find the answers. What was that whole intro about? You sure? This is a morgue? Arrived at the meeting place straight from the airport. After leaving my bags in the subway luggage storage, I came to the surface and started waited by the big tree as we agreed. Look at the map of Memorial. I always assumed that Epicenter Station area was one of the busiest, no matter what time of day. But dawn has long since broken, only a few people passed by me. Tourists walked quickly to the station and hit underground. None of them even took out their hollow chat. M. So the rumors were true. Mother tried to dissuade me from flying here, assuming this place had become very dangerous. Well, even if she's right, what do I have to fear if Munse is confident that only I can figure out what's happened here? And besides me, there's a whole college of Espers here. Do visitors really not count on their help at all? However, if I didn't meet a single Esper this morning, maybe they're right about something. Memorial didn't resemble either the cities that survived the mandate of heaven, catastrophe, or all those that began to be built in the last 20 years, and in general, calling a place where almost no one lives a city is quite strange. In the official name Cemetery City, the emphasis could be clearly on the second word. Nevertheless, I like the idea of Memorial. The eerie story of its emergence was constantly thought about fascinating me. Since I was 6, now I can't remember when I exactly became interested in this. The mandate of heaven, crashing night. I still have not seen this character's face, and we're 12 minutes in. Claimed 7 billion lives, not merely than over 7 years. Nothing remains of those who died in this part of the world. There was no corpse that could be buried. I decided that to protect the memory of the victims by planting a palm-shaped maple tree. Palm-shaped maple tree, exactly where the spot object touched earth. A melancholy columbarium, thousands of cells with the ashes of millions of different people stretched for a kilometer around. My father shared the fate of most Earth's population at the time, so now when Memorial had been built, I have every reason to consider this place as great. I gained a point to a random cell from those related to Japanese and JPAR. At least that's exactly what all this was built for. But after standing here for about half an hour, I didn't notice any special feelings myself. Even posting a hollow pic with this tree is pointless. My mother wouldn't be able to post any comments after I blocked her, and no one else is interested anymore. Memorial was walked through and filmed up and down within weeks of its opening, and now content related to it has become stale. It's even somewhat pitiful for all those who invested so much time, effort, and resources into difficult construction. Even though it wasn't launched just for reviews. They're trying to make me look old, but they still can't quite get all the way there. Greetings, Mara. Harold Omsten called out to me, pulling me from my thoughts. He turned out to be older than I imagined. So we have our records. And then the main menu. What was that first partial prologue chapter? He turned out to be taller and older than I imagined. How was your journey? No serious incidents? Come on, just 17 hours of travel. I'm as energetic as ever. Oh, jeez. The old man smiled and patted me on the shoulder. Why would you do that? I don't doubt you, Kagami. The order for your placement is signed for 7 years. You'll have time to rest. Have you already been to the governor? He talked my ear off, but everything is done. You'll need a signature of the new head of Espers. What's his name? Santo Fujisuma. Yeah, that's right. Why did I name a character? Anyway, you'll visit him yourself. I'm sure you have things to discuss. So I want to understand what your power is. Your colleagues, of course, try to give an explanation, but it seems I still haven't figured it out. Can you try to describe it? Considering what information Amundsen shared with me in HoloChat, he clearly being disingenuous now, but apparently he didn't need a scientific definition, but rather the opinion that I had formed. I'm afraid it'll be difficult to explain. One day I just woke up with a different perception. Perhaps someone has already managed to find a word for these things, for what I started seeing before my eyes in certain situations. The old man looked thoughtfully through me. Those azure eyes, I think you could quite easily hypnotize someone with them. How to call it? Glares, floaters, dots? Anyway, it turned out that something exists in the world besides what surrounded me before. I thought about giving an understanding analogy, but I immediately remembered one feature of the HoloChat sketchbook, an image consisting of layers. You can hide one of existing ones or add a new one. So I saw previously an inaccessible layer. It was always on a canvas of our world, or did it appear only when I needed it rose? I didn't know that. It's probably like someone with poor vision putting on lenses for the first time and seeing the world in all its detail. Now with such vision, you can control these images, collide them. No one notices them, but they exist in our world and can influence it. Oh, I get it now. No, you don't. Well, do you see all these things now? What do they look like? Usually I don't notice them during the day. I deliberately distance myself from it. Otherwise my head hurts a lot. Oh, that's right. I was told about something similar. But you don't have to bother. I turned around. Straining not so much in my vision as my consciousness, I peered in the corner, blue behind the crosses highlighted by a hollow projector. There's a crack running through here. A jagged line in the sky grows and trembles. This isn't the section I saw from my room at home. It's probably like stargazing. It depends on where you are. Oh. Yeah, I think that's exactly it. Honestly, only after seeing it, I remember all about the other visions. I realized I'd become an esper, although I didn't know the word yet. And with this crack, as you call it, can something be done with it? I tried, but so far, no, I don't know. The night is brighter and wider, and I'll probably discuss it with my colleagues. Other espers may have noticed. All right, we're gonna see if we can go into auto mode. Skip all text. Is there a choice to make? Okay, we got some goth girl. Not the people we met before. Oh, wait, this is where people met before. Oh, no. Okay. Did I break it? Alright, so we do have a couple of choices. Let's get weird. Alright, so that was our fragment. Okay, we're still... Now we're back in the, Oh, it's Cool Boy with a Green Goblin helmet. Die. Okay, so we're going through all our memories. Not a lot of choices. We just always end our own life. All right. This is The Sacred Memory. It's primarily it's a story. It's a visual novel, kinetic novel. Die. I generally like more choices and a little bit more onboarding for the characters. Cheers.